Yo, what is up guys? Forever here with your weekly dose of games releasing on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PSVR this week. That being May 21st through May 24th, let's go ahead and jump into it right now. Now first up, we have the action RPG roguelike game called Juicy Realm, in which players must face off against bizarre fruits all across the world. The line between animal and the plant world has become blurred, and the food chain has completely been disrupted. In Juicy Realm, you are one of the first explorers to discover a new plant empire, where you must continuously dive deeper and deeper into the enemy's lair. Defeat bizarre and colorful fruits while retrieving new gear, weapons, and resources to defend yourself and expand your base camp. If you're unable to defeat the overwhelming destructive force of a plant army alone, invite a few friends to lend a hand and help you discover the secrets behind the strange new world. So yes, the game does have a split-screen co-op, and you can play online with friends. I mean, let's be honest, this is a vegan's worst nightmare. Jokes aside, Juicy Realm releases on May 21st. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be picking this game up. Also releasing on May 21st is Paper Trail, a top-down puzzle game about leaving home set in a foldable paper world. In Paper Trail, you play as Paige, a budding academic, leaving home for the first time to pursue her studies. On the journey, you learn to fold the world, merging two sides to solve puzzles, explore new areas, and uncover long-lost secrets. You can fold the world one page at a time, engaging new puzzles and intriguing people, viewing handcrafted, beautiful environments, and their enchanting art styles. Is Paper Trail the type of game that you'd be interested in? Let me know in the comments. Our next game releasing on May 21st is a first-person fight to the death in the depths of space in a game called System Shock. System Shock is a fully fledged remake of the groundbreaking original from 1994, combining gameplay with all new HD visuals, updated controls, an overhauled interface, and all new sounds and music. It even has the original voice actor for Shodan, one of gaming's most iconic villains. Witness the rebirth of one of the greatest and most influential games ever created. Now, I've never heard of System Shock before. It looks like a version of Dead Space. Maybe Dead Space is based on this. I'm not really sure, but that's what it looks like to me. Well, really, it looks like any game where you're stuck on a ship or in a spaceship and there are hulking, massive creatures chasing after you with mutations. But yeah, if you're into this type of game, let me know. I didn't play Dead Space. I don't like horror games, like I said before. I don't mess with them. So let me know if you're into this type of game. Leave a comment if this is your type of game. Once again, not my type of thing. I don't mess with horror games. Also releasing on May 21st is a game I've been waiting for. I've played the betas. I've played multiple betas. I've enjoyed the heck out of the betas. This is X-Defiant. X-Defiant is a fast-paced first-person shooter where you play in teams to complete objectives. You can pick one of the 5 factions with varying perks and abilities, drop into your favorite arena mode, and wreak some havoc. As a person that's played every single beta that was released publicly, I had a lot of fun playing this game. The matches are super fast, they're super high, like they're really high speed. This game, it deserves a lot of attention. I hope a lot of people do actually hop onto it, and it's not just another game that kind of falls off being a live service game. Releasing on May 22nd is Doug's Nightmare. Now, I got a buddy named Doug, and if his nightmares are anything like this, I gotta actually, have him sit down and talk to someone. In Doug's Nightmare, you defeat enemies, epic bosses, unlock new weapons and skins, help Doug overcome his anxiety and demons, all that and more in this cartoony, hand-drawn bullet hell style game. Let me know in the comments if you feel like helping Doug get through his nightmares, or if we should just send Doug to therapy, because that's what it seems like he needs. Also releasing on May 22nd, we have Wuthering Waves, a long-awaited open-world action RPG. People have been hyping this game up for a very long time. They wanted this game since it was announced. I think it was 2 years ago it was announced. Honestly, I might pick it up just to see what it's like, but I don't really have love for these open world gacha style games that don't have PvP, and that's kind of where it falls off for me. Is if it doesn't have PvP, I won't really stick around to play it after so long. Also, if the daily cycle is just too monotonous, I really won't stick around that much longer, because I have a lot of stuff to do throughout my day. And if the daily cycle is too much, like it takes more than like an hour to do the daily cycle, then I really just don't want to be a part of it. I think that's where a lot of these games fall off, is they make their daily cycle take too long, and people just start like falling off after they miss a certain day. I'm the type of person, if I miss a day, I won't log back in the next day, and then I'll just stop logging in, period, and probably check up on it once in a while just to see what the new characters are, but never really get back completely into it. But yeah, let me know if you are hyped for the release of Wuthering Waves in the comments. I know they're doing a bunch of release reward things, but I'm not sure if PlayStation is actually getting those as well. We'll just have to see what happens when the game releases. Releasing on May 23rd is CARDS RPG, The Misty Battlefield. This game combines roguelike style deck building with strategy RPG to create an all-new experience. Follow Vel as she leads the Clawswites battalion into battle against Faftina and the Helmuth Brigade. Collect 100 different cards to build the strongest deck and fight enemies on a map shrouded in mist. This is actually one of my guilty pleasures. I love games where you get to use cards to make your decision. You get to chain and combo cards together to do like special moves and everything like that. I love those type of games. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't know why. Drop a comment if this is the type of thing you're interested in or if it's one of your guilty pleasures as well. Next up, releasing on May 23rd as well, is going to be Crown Wars: The Black Prince. The War of Crowns rages on. Knights and brigands run rampant throughout the land, silent destruction. From your castle base, rise to become the lord who leads the battle against the forces of evil in this turn-based tactics and strategy game. Another one of my guilty pleasures. This type of game just, it speaks to me for some reason. It reminds me of the games I used to play on PC when I first got my first PC when I was 11 years old back in 2001. Yes, a long time ago. I was but a lad and now I'm an old man. But yeah, these are the type of games I played back on my PC way back then, and they're a very guilty pleasure of mine. I might look more into this game to see what it's like before I decide if I want to pick this up or not. But let me know what your plans are when it comes to this game in the comments. Next up, we have Dave the Diver, the Godzilla content pack. This is just going to be a Godzilla content pack where they add Godzilla into the game to make your game just a bit more interesting and difficult. Honestly, I got Dave the Diver as part of the PlayStation Plus extra games that we got last month, and I played it and I enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to see what this content pack actually brings. I see a lot of big kaiju being introduced in the future of this game just because of this content pack, and so I'm super hyped to see what happens. The Dave the Diver content pack releases on May 23rd. Also releasing on May 23rd is Eternal Threads, a single-player, first-person, story-driven puzzle game of time manipulation and choice and consequences. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't like timey-wimey puzzle games because it screws with my mind on all the possibilities, things I can do. I know the games only have certain possibilities that you can actually do, but like my mind is just never left sated at the end of it. So I'm going to pass on this one. And this is how complex this can get. As an operative tasked with fixing corruption in the time stream, you've been sent to northern England in May 2015 where 6 people died in a house fire. Prohibited from simply stopping the fire, you must instead manipulate the choices made by the housemates in the week leading up to it so they all survive the event. One of my favorite anime, ReZero, does the concept kind of like this, but with a fantasy world, and honestly I hate the main character's decisions, so I can't step into this game knowing that I might make the same dumb decisions. Next up on May 23rd is Galactic Care. Last week we had you building and managing a prison. This week we're going to have you building and managing a intergalactic hospital apparently. Build and manage an optimistic intergalactic hospitals. Recruit staff to satisfy the whims of various alien species and cure their bizarre illnesses for money. Save the literal galaxy in story mode or head into a sandbox and design hospitals of your dreams. I don't know who comes up with the concept for these games, but I get it at least. I think I get it. There's that itch that everybody wants scratched, and this is someone's itch somewhere in the world. If this is your itch, scratch it by typing in the comments if this is your itch. Following that on May 23rd is Haunty, a beguiling adventure in which you uncover secrets of an expansive and mysterious world, haunting both the environment and its denizens to craft an ingenious solutions to many challenges that await. In Haunty, you play as a brave but naive ghost on a relentless quest for answers. A mysterious race of glowing creatures known as the Eternians guide lost souls to an ominous central tower where they appear to ascend to a higher place. They look like angels, but no one really knows who or what they are or where they came from. You get to unleash your ghostly powers on both inhabitants and the environment, unveiling various solutions to combat and puzzle challenges. Unravel the mysteries of eternity and shape your fate in a mesmerizing adventure like no other. This is not my vibe. This is not aesthetically my thing. I don't actually like the way this game looks. That's just me being honest though. It's not my style. I'm sorry. But it might be your style. Let me know in the comments if it's your style of game. Also releasing on May 23rd is Morbid, the Lords of Ire. Risk insanity in the gruesome slash 'em up Morbid Lords of Ire with brutal combat and souls-like elements. Defeat the 5 Lords of Ire as you fight for your life across the tortured landscape, rending the evil Gahars of their flesh-bound forms. I'm going to be honest when I say I am tired of Soulsborne games. We've been flushed with Soulsborne games for the last few years now, and honestly the stories don't change much. They don't really change combat much. They don't really do anything innovative. They're just kind of running out the same game over and over. Sometimes the story is great, like Elden Ring and Bloodborne, but other times you just kind of see everything coming. And I understand a lot of developers want to cash in on the Souls-like trend while it's still a thing, because game trends do tend to come and go depending on the year. But we usually only get a handful of greats out of all those games that do come out, and I feel like we've had our handful so far. But let me know if you think different. We can start a debate in the community tab. Next up, also on May 23rd, is Rocket Rumble. Rocket Rumble is a 4-player party racing brawler where crossing the finish line first isn't the only goal. Smash your way through the action-packed tracks, earning points along the way. Earn the most to win, plus procedurally generated obstacles in every track. You'll never know what's coming. Honestly, I can see this being a fun little party game, but outside of that, I don't see many people actually picking this up as a main to play fun game whenever there are so many other games like this out there that have a better premise. Another game releasing on May 23rd is going to be Until Then, which is an interactive fiction visual novel style game. A fateful meeting sets off a chain reaction upending Mark's life. People disappear and memories prove unreliable. Uncover the hidden truth with Mark and his friends in this narrative adventure and race to unravel the mysteries before it's too late. Now, while I don't play narrative-driven games, I do respect the fact that this game looks good. The art style is something that will catch my eye. I want to know what the type of music is going to be in the game, because the music does make these narrative-driven games a lot better from my past experiences with watching people just play these games. But that's pretty much about it. Let me know if you're interested in Until Then. Next up, releasing on May 23rd, is going to be Wizardry: Proving Grounds of the Mad Lord. Now, Wizardry is a game that speaks to me because of a different reason, not this game specifically. I played the MMORPG way back when it first came out, and it was one of my favorite MMORPGs when it did come out, because it was a straight up combat MMORPG. You could fight anyone at any point in time, and you could lose all your stuff at any point in time. It was pretty much an MMORPG that was a Souls-like game. The game, however, did not last that long in the West, and so it sadly got shut down. However, this game coming out is kind of a shocker to me, to be honest, because I didn't think we'd see Wizardry here in the West, because the fan base in the West isn't that big. It's a single-player dungeon crawler experience that, honestly, if it's the same as the MMORPG, I'll probably hop into it just to see what it's like. Next up is Wise Memoir: The Oath of Felghana, and that's going to be the last game releasing on May 23rd. This RPG is driven by fast-paced combat and paired with an intricate puzzle-filled world. In this remaster, you play as a dull Christian who tends to the townsfolk and finds himself embroiled in a world of political conspiracies and ancient legacies and unthinkable taboos. I honestly see myself playing this as a fast-paced combat RPG. Let me know in the comments what you think, however. On May 24th, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is getting its PS5 release / update. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has been out for a very long time. However, it did not get an update from PS4 to PS5 up until now. Now you get to play the game with the updated graphics and, you know, get your 120 FPS or whatever you guys are into these days. If you already have the PS4 version, the PS5 upgrade will be free, so don't worry about having to purchase anything. Just go ahead and update your version of the game and be ready to play and get your bow up in a few more matches. I personally don't have Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I'm waiting for the Tenkaichi game to come back because I'm more of a Tenkaichi fan. I never actually liked the Dragon Ball Xenoverse games. I'm sorry, guys. Last up on May 24th is The Glass Staircase, which is an homage to PS2 survival horror and Italian zombie movies. Once again, not my type of game, not my wheelhouse. I will not be touching this at all. I don't mess with horror games. I've said this multiple times in other videos. But if this is your thing, let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much it for this week, guys. I'll see you guys next week with the next list of games. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share to a friend that might be interested in the games that are coming out this week. Peace out.